This is Chris Tyson 4 years ago, and this is the same Chris Tyson now. My brother in Christ, what happened, bro? Alright everyone, welcome back. Today we have a very interesting topic, and I tweeted this out a few days ago, and the tweet has done pretty okay compared to my recent tweets. So it seems like a lot of you are interested in this, and honestly, when I saw this on my Instagram feed, I was extremely interested as well. So recently, Anthony Padilla posted an Instagram post, which I first saw on my feed when I opened it a couple days ago. This is the very first thing I saw, by the way. I don't follow Anthony Padilla, I don't follow Chris the meme god, but this randomly just popped up when I found on my Instagram. Look at this, bro. Just look at this. Like what is going on? Now listen, but before I get into any of the reaction to these clips that we have today, because we have some clips with all this to go along with it, I just want to state how I feel about all this. Obviously, Chris Tyson is a fully grown, whatever, like man, woman, whatever, I don't care. Chris can make, you know, I don't even care. Like, I don't know, he doesn't say whether he's a woman or a man. Okay, he's a he for the video. Chris Tyson, he doesn't really say like what gender he is, right? So I'm just gonna refer as a he. But bro, what on earth happened? Like, Jesus Christ, how does this happen? I understand that Chris is a fully grown adult, right? Chris can make his own decisions. Chris can do whatever he wants, whatever. But I just want to ask the question, right? Because I've seen a documentary recently by a dude called Matt Walsh, right? And it's called What is a Woman? I think it's a very interesting documentary, and I recommend anyone who doesn't really know their sort of stance on the topic of transgender and all this sort of stuff, I really recommend you go and watch that. Because a lot of you in the last like 15, 20 years or so have probably had this idea shoved down your throat that yes, we need to accept this, and like if you have any differing opinions from the fact that if someone says they're a woman, like you're a bigot and you're horrible. I really recommend people go and watch it because it's a completely different viewpoint to what you've been fed down your throat for the last 10 years. But as soon as Anthony Padilla released this photo onto Instagram, people went absolutely wild. So what this photo means, right, is that there's going to be an interview between Anthony and Chris, right? Because Anthony Padilla on his YouTube channel, he does these videos where he interviews people who are like different, I guess, in a sense, and he pretty much delves deep into their life and everything like that. But this one's a little bit different, bro, because this one is extremely controversial. And look, my take on this whole thing is I'm leaning more towards the right side, I guess you could say, of like the political spectrum. I'm not gonna say I'm a traditionalist, and I'm not gonna say like I'm a progressive left-wing person. I'm leaning more towards the right, but I'm not like Andrew Tate, right? I'm not like Sneeko, where that's all I think about, and if you differ from it in any way, I hate you. Look, if you think that Chris Tyson is making a correct decision here, and you think that Chris Tyson is a queen, and you know she's lovely, whatever, I literally couldn't care less. Just in the same way that I think that Chris Tyson probably has made the wrong decision in my humble opinion. I wouldn't do it myself. If it came down to a random Tuesday morning where I woke up and I thought I was a woman, I wouldn't make the choice to go on HRT and, you know, transition into a woman. I personally wouldn't do that. But, you know, if Chris thinks that he feels better doing that, then, you know, fair enough. But pretty much Anthony Padilla hasn't actually released this full-length interview with Chris yet, but he has released a few snippets and he's released a few Instagram reels. So I'm going to be taking a look at these and let's just see what's going on.
How dare you ruin the business by being your true self?
How dare you exist?
Okay, right. 4 seconds in and I've already got something to say. How dare you ruin the business by being your true self? I've seen this argument thrown around a lot on Twitter where everyone's like, okay, you're ruining the Mr. Beast brand by being trans. Look, I don't completely agree with that. I don't reckon it's ruining the brand in any way. Mr. Beast, like thinking completely from a business perspective, Mr. Beast has so many employees, right? He can easily switch Chris out, do all this sort of stuff, like bring new people in. I don't think the business is going to be affected in any way because like Chris is trans or whatever. I do think that the way Chris is acting in this whole situation is actually affecting the brand in a little bit, because honestly, a couple of years ago, I used to really like Chris, but recently, like the way he's been acting, I don't know, like maybe it's because he's trans or whatever, I don't know, but like the way he's been acting, I haven't been very fond of it. There's just something about him which is turning unlikable to me.
It was kind of weird to see people be like, now Jimmy's put in between a rock and a hard place where he obviously doesn't want to support Chris, but the left would be so mad if he didn't. And I'm like, all these speculation, all these crazy things. I told Jimmy like 7 years ago.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But actually, now that I think about it, this is the reason I don't like Chris's attitude towards this, is because, and especially a lot of left-wing people, like people who lean so far towards the left, like Jalen and Chris Tyson, just because someone disagrees with the decision that you make doesn't mean that they're being transphobic or they hate you in any way. Chris, like, people can disagree with you and still like a Mr. Beast video, right? They can still like the Mr. Beast videos and they can still like the brand. I don't think really many people have a problem with the brand being affected by you being trans. It's just the way you're acting and the fact that if anyone disagrees with you, you have a huge problem with it. You go on Twitter being like, oh my god, and Mr. Beast as well. Look, I like Mr. Beast, but when he was going around saying, oh my god, I'm sick of all this transphobia, people are allowed to disagree, right? I don't understand why that's a problem. And here we have another clip.
Today you showed up fully presenting
I did.
as a woman.
I did, because I am a woman.
Okay, Chris. Alright then. Look, me personally, and this will probably be like the part that's gonna get clipped up. Everyone's gonna hate this. Look, Chris, you can identify yourself as a woman. That's completely fine. But to me, you're just not. Look, I'm sorry, and that's gonna hurt a lot of people. That's gonna hurt a lot of people who've been supporting me for a while. Like, you guys are gonna hear that, you're gonna be like, what? What? You can't accept that? Going back to this Matt Walsh documentary I was talking about, he was going around pretty much asking people to define what a woman is, right? Not a single person who he interviewed could define what a woman is. Because now the West has completely skewed what a woman is. Like what even is it at this point? We don't even know. You can't identify, and people say, oh yeah, well, a woman is if someone identifies as a woman, they're a woman. But yes, what are they identifying as? Like what is that? Physically and logistically, what is that? We don't know anymore. There is no definition, and that's not a good thing, because at that point you can just identify as everything. I've got a drink bottle on my desk, and you know what? It's kind of curvy, it looks cool, so I want to identify as a water bottle at this point. And if you don't accept that, then you're a bad person. This is the type of thing I'm talking about, bro. Like we need to have definitions backed up by logic. This is not logic, Chris. Like, yes, you can say in your own little world, yes, I'm a woman, cool. That's fine. You know, you can say that to yourself. But me personally, I can't accept that, because that is not reality. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not even sorry. Like a lot of people are going to be hurt by that, but like, that's just how it is. That's how I think about this sort of stuff.
Oh,
She heard.
Take a moment on that. Like, how does that feel, publicly saying in front of cameras that you are a woman?
To even say it to some of the closest friends, it would make me, like, my hands shake to say it. I would get so nervous. But now I can say I'm a woman. I'm happy to say I'm a woman. It's something that's honestly so freeing. And
okay, you know what? That's fine. Honestly, like, whatever. Like, say what you want. But why is it that when someone doesn't accept your self-perception of yourself, that you're sitting there like, this is problematic, this is bad? Like, bro, at the end of the day, this is a self-perception. That this isn't something that is rooted in reality. This is something that you think you are. Whether you are that thing is backed up by science and logistics, which, realistically speaking, Chris, you were born a man, so look, I can't say this stuff on YouTube. Like, oh, for God's sake. I honestly now understand why, like, if you lean anywhere towards the right in politics, it is so hard to, like, be a YouTuber or be a social media personality. But this is why, like, Andrew Tate, Sneeko all got deleted off YouTube, because they say things that are backed up by science, and it just goes down the drain and they get banned.
I think that is part of what the HRT did for me, was being able to accept myself and being able to look in the mirror and say, yes, you are a woman.
Okay, like, I mean, look, fair enough. I just don't fully agree with that. Look, this video might honestly be the downfall of my channel. You watching this right now, like, this could honestly just get my channel deleted. And that's crazy to think, bro. That is crazy to think that we live in a time where people's opinions are censored because I don't even know why. Like, why is it being censored? Anyway, bro, if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this topic? This is a very touchy subject that I'm talking about, and a lot of people won't agree with me, which is completely fine. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. Tell me why in the comments. I probably won't read it, to be honest, but it is what it is. Click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Bye.